Hi there, I'm Only2Hands. I'm trying to get a two-handed weapon from each of RuneScape's 3 raids, all while only wielding weapons that require, you guessed it, 2 hands. I'm still in the early game, discovering new and exciting limitations around every corner, but we're rapidly approaching our first major goal, Perilous Moons. Okay, look, I know. Last episode, I said I was going to do Animal Magnetism, and I am going to finish it this episode, but I can't just let the Obsidian Staff sit in my bank. I need level 60 attack and 60 magic to wield it, so it's time to get those out of the way.
2 hours later.
29 prayer, beautiful. While I'm here and recording, I figured I might as well grab this next attack level coming up, which is a big one. 60 attack. It's beautiful. That's the requirement for the Obby Staff. Feels pretty, I don't know why I'm attacking this one. Let's go. Feels good to have that out of the way. The next big requirement that I need to get is 60 magic. So that's going to be a bit of a slog. I haven't decided if I want to just do the books at the Arceus Library, because they buffed that relatively recently, and I think it's pretty decent. I might just go bank all this stuff and give that a shot real quick and see, I don't know, do like half an hour of that and see what it's going to look like. The big upside of that is that it's totally free. I don't have to buy runes or anything or maintain. There's no cost to doing it. I just run around here. The downside is that I don't have any energy potions or staminas or anything like that, so it's gonna take a little while, but we will do a little bit of testing. So it's looking like these books are gonna be about 50k XP per hour and completely free, so literally no downside to just doing this all the way to 60, which is gonna take about
6 hours later.
60 magic. I love how the Obsidian Staff is so obscure, it's not mentioned anywhere. No level up message, nothing. We love to see that. We've got 60 attack, 60 magic. I can finally auto cast magic. Let's go equip that right now. I'm way too excited to wait for that. Here we go. Big moment. Oh, look at that. Look at it. Look at it. It's so ugly. I love it. Oh, it's beautiful. And you know what this means? We can finally do Slayer without wanting to die. So this is my unironic best in slot mage setup. Here we go. Free world. Make sure that's on. Oh my god, it's so good. I can just click. Ooh. Here we go. Hands off the keyboard, leaning back, getting XP. Might even go do my dishes.
12 seconds later.
The first thing we get, the very first drop that we get, is so massive. That's a massive upgrade. That means I don't have to pay like 40k for this somewhere. Try to get it. I didn't even see that on the drop table. That's so nice. And if we get another one, that's a 20k alk. Jeez. Another item on the drop table worth noting is the Ensouled Ogre Head. Each one grants 716 prayer XP when reanimated, and I got enough of them from this task to reach 31 prayer. So it's time to pay a visit to our good friend Brother Jared at the Edgeville Monastery. I'm back, Brother Jared.
I have 31 prayer now. I killed so many creatures, Brother Jared. I brought them back to life and then killed them again for 31 prayer. Am I good enough now? Will you bless my holy symbol? After a cordial conversation with the Gielinor police, I finished gathering the items I needed for animal magnetism and headed back to Draenor.
There it is. Animal magnetism completed. Wow. That took so long. I think it was like 2 or 3 IRL weeks ago that I was like, I'm gonna go do animal magnetism. And here we are.
Speaking of completing quests, I did finish the Lost City quest. Here's me doing that.
It doesn't feel good to do this. Don't watch. Oh god, it's so gross. I don't even want to see that. Okay. While I'm still right here, while I'm on this screen, I'm just gonna get rid of that because I'm never gonna use it. And I'm hanging on to these because I remember, for some reason, I remember needing another one. I know there's one that you need for Recipe for Disaster, which I haven't even looked into whether or not how far I can get into that. And I want to say there's another one, but it might just be for like a smuggling a weapon into a fight or something like that, in which case, obviously, I won't use it. But that's done.
I want to note that the Dragonkin quest series is one of the only exceptions I'll be allowing that does not unlock a two-handed weapon. It does, however, unlock Wrath runes, which are going to be essential to my magic setup for raids. But that's a long way ahead. With these 2 quests out of the way, it's time to focus back on Slayer, Herblore, and Hunter, the holy trinity of skills that are going to make so much of what I want to do possible. Starting off with Slayer. My current task is Shades, and since the Shades of Morton minigame has some decent rewards, I figured I would get the woodcutting and firemaking levels to cremate the Asian Shades. The quest itself also gives some Herblore XP, so I see this as a 3 birds 1 stone situation.
Alright, now that we've got a ton of logs banked, I'm going to go ahead and bust out 65 firemaking. I believe, I'm in the wrong tab, I believe I've got enough to get there, and then I'll have some use left over so I can use those for the pyre logs for Shades of Morton. We're making progress. Could be pretty easy. I just smashed my elbow. Oh, that feels good. 30 fire making. Then on up to willow logs. Kaboom. 45. Onto the maples. Welcome back to another episode of Finger My Ass Until I Happy. So I didn't have enough maple logs banked to actually get to where I want to. So I did a little bit more wood cutting and I ended up getting an easy clue from one of the nests. Let's see what we can get. I have very low expectations for this. And I was correct. We just hit 60 fire making. I forgot I didn't actually get the level on camera, but I think I have to betray my conscience here. I have to go to Wintertodt. It's too slow. I still have this, what's here, this 1300, 1289, whatever, maple logs. This will get me just under 65 fire making. And then these U logs will get me over 65, and then I'll have plenty left over to cremate the Shades for Shades of Morton, which is also my Slayer task, and that's why I'm trying to unlock that. However, I think it's going to be better overall if I just go to Wintertodt, knock out those 5 levels. It's going to be Super easy, barely an inconvenience. I think 60 to 65, what is that like? I don't even know. 2 rounds of Wintertot, the way the XP is there. So, I'm gonna get some warm clothes and head over there now. Here we are. God, I hate this place. It's like the... What's the quote from Star Wars?
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
That's a couple of combat achievements there. And this place is so much nicer with Entity Hider on. And I'm probably just going to stack up the crates until I hit level 65 and then open them all at once. Bum bum. Bum bum ba-da-dum bum. Bum bum ba-da-dum bum. Bum bum ba-da-dum bum. Bum bum ba-da-dum. 62 farming. Farming? Fire making. 28 construction. I guess that is one nice thing about Wintertot. It's one minor nice thing that I can say about this god-awful hellhole. 63 fire making, not farming. Here we go, 65. I'm free, but I'm gonna finish this round anyway, just so I can get that crate. See if we pull anything decent. All right. Let's see. We got 11 crates. Time to get lucky. Eh? Eh? Nothing. 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 Ooh, that's actually nice. That's good. Nothing. 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 Cool. We take the collection log and the magic logs. Those are my S tier drops from this little mini grind. So, now that I'm out of Wintertot prison, it was a relatively short sentence, you know, minor crime. The next few steps that I'm going to take probably don't seem like they are connected, but I promise it all fits together in the end. It all comes together in the back. I'm going to go to Temperos. That's the next thing. Get my first few kills there. There are a couple of quests that I want to do that have pretty rough boss fights, at least with my current stats, and no protection prayers. And there isn't really an easy way for me to get that at this level, because I need to train Slayer. I don't want to skip this task, because if I get a task where I have to wield an offhand or something like that, and it's one that's really not feasible for me to do, I want to be able to skip. So I need to hold on to my points as much as possible. And here we are. My next prison. I am going to spend a pretty decent amount of time here. I think I probably want to stack up like somewhere between 200 reward points. Here we are back in the ruins of Anka. Just did a quick farm run. We've got 200 reward permits. I know I said I was going to do 200, but I think for what I'm going to do next, I want to have a good amount of food because it's going to be a solid grind to get everything done. So we're going to go ahead and open these now. Hey, there we go. Spirit flakes. Sweet deal. And these caskets are going to be pretty good because I think they give a decent amount of easy clues. Just took a sip of coffee. Tackle box. Very cool. I think that's the one thing I've never gotten on either of my other accounts. And pages. Big harpoon fish, okay. Hey, that's a collection slot. We'll take it. And put that in the POH. Oh, hell yes. Okay. That is an item off the S tier list that I was hoping for. That is a big one. Yes, please. That's going to be so good for Karambwans. Coming to the end here. Anything good in these last two? Nothing specific, but man, that is really, really nice. I got 15 caskets, 2,000 flakes, fish barrel, soaked page, ton of oak planks. I think that'll get me pretty far with construction. I'll use normal planks too. The one thing I'm a little disappointed with is the amount of swordfish, but you know, that's what you get when you open up your permits early. Very, very cool. We'll cook all that up and get started on phase 2 of this. So we're just finishing up a quick farming run. Been trying to do those as much as I possibly can. Got a decent amount of Terramins and Limpworts. That's the main thing I want to focus on, because the next grind that I'm going to do is over at Hill Giants in Edgeville. Nobody, Jagex, please, for the love of God, nobody has ever clicked that question mark intentionally. Get rid of it. As I was saying, the next grind is going to be Hill Giants in the Edgeville dungeon, and I'm going to gear up for that, and I'll talk about it once I'm there. So here we are. I'm just going to safe spot these guys for a while. I'm probably going to switch between attack styles, or combat styles, whatever you want to call it. I'll do a little bit of safe spotting with range, some magic, and then a little bit of melee. But I'm going to kill a bunch of these guys because I need to get protection prayers for Barrows. And these guys have, I want to say it's 1 in 100 chance of dropping ensouled heads, and which are like 1,000 prayer experience each, which is pretty massive. But also, they can drop a 46. Cool. They can drop the key to this door over here, where I can go fight Obor, and Obor always drops an ensouled head, because he is a smart creature with a soul who is friends with Kovac over at, what's it called? Giant's Foundry. That's what it's called. Oh, we're gonna spend a lot of time fucking with these guys. Here we go. Here we go. Waha! Yippee! It's a me, a Mario. Ooh, orange fruit. Me, mine. Yeah. Give me that juice. All right. So I've killed about 500 of these guys and got a ton of these heads. I was way off on the drop rate. I thought it was like 1 in 100. It's 1 in 25 or something like that. So I already have enough XP banked to get to 43 prayer. I think I can actually get a little bit further. So I am going to finish up this trip and go do that. Hey, that's a level already. Look at that. $37 prayer, and that is our first protection prayer unlocked. That feels good. 38 prayer. Oh, 69 combat. Don't think I missed that one. Look at that. Nice. $43 prayer, dude. That's so huge. Look at that. All 3 protection prayers.
Protection prayers are a huge milestone, and the beginning of a new era for Only2Hands. We've come a long way in a short time, but our hardest challenges still lie ahead. We are approaching Barrows territory.
You really think he's the one? Destined for glory? You're putting a lot on the line with him. You know that, right?
He's the first hope we've had in 1,000 years. We can't risk losing another one. You should know that better than most.
I only fear that he's...
Enough! Our duty now is to observe and wait.